Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know the vibes. When I sit in this seat and I got somebody's neck, basically I feel like we sit next to each other, even though it's virtual. All right. But I got a young lady here today. I call her Shayla Marie. Sometimes I call her Unoriginalfeen, but I know everybody is going to call her a healer, a super, super dope person. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce Shayla Marie, aka Unoriginalfeen. How are you today, my love?
Hi, thank you. Look, that make me
Hey,
cry.
no, you
Already.
deserve it. You deserve it. Okay. You
You don't
got
hear
it.
that a lot.
You got it, babe. Look, how are you today?
I'm well today.
Well, today.
I
Look,
just
I see you
picked the
got some stuff
weather.
back there. I see you
Look,
got some
I
stuff
get
behind
up
you.
here.
I love it. So we got to
Look,
talk about this. Okay, first of all, let's tell everybody what you do because you do a lot of you wear a lot of hats. Okay, so just run it down to
I'm a human being first, but I work for a radio station called Chi-Town Urban Radio in Chicago.
okay.
I have a book that also comes along with a album. I'm a regular person that has a job. Um,
You
I guess
special. You special
I
too.
do
Like
I
that.
do
Let's
locks as well.
see now. Look, when I come to
My end goal
Chi-Town.
is a community center because that's hair is health. People don't think about that. See?
Let's expand on this. Okay, so you have this project that's out right now, and you are a huge advocate for especially people in our community being self-aware, understanding how the universe works with us and all. So kind of talk about what even led you to that.
Hmm. So honestly, before the universe and all the spiritual side even came in, I've always been, I don't want to say the black sheep of the family, but I've always been kind of different. Like it's been a Thanksgiving where I was just like, okay, I'm super full. I'm gonna like go meditate on this stack of pillows, and they just let me be. So it kind of like led me to here. So as you get older and the people get older, I have a great grandma, I have a grandma.
Nice.
My great grandma is like 88,
Okay.
and then everybody else just falls under that. And it's a gang of us, but everybody kind of has health issues in different areas. So always going to the doctor and liking going to the dentist and stuff like that, when you shift from private insurance to public insurance, you see the difference. Okay,
Yes, yes,
just I
indeed.
can't
Oh my
even,
goodness.
when you turn at my age, when you get off your parents insurance, you see the difference. It's just different. So my book honestly came from that, but it
Wow.
all came about from an internship project where we had to just draw out of a hat, and I picked spirituality. And
Okay.
at the time I was just learning about like mantras and mudras. So I took a chakra book, and then I went to the library. I found a CD. I listened to it kind of, and I was like, okay, I like this. I had also been in a bunch of yoga classes from high school and in
That's so
college.
dope.
So
That's so
that kind
dope.
of taught me a little bit about it and touched on it and gave me a base. And
Yeah.
then I went from there. So after that project, I presented it in the middle school, and it was in Wisconsin. So I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Group projects are not for me. I definitely learned that, which led to ownership.
That's
So
yeah.
on
Okay.
that day, I haven't really told anybody this. So on that, for that project, I had another partner. And
Okay.
during that time, you know, we do a lot and we don't think about it, but other people also do a lot. So you have to be mindful of what you say as far as like, oh, I'm too busy to do this or I'm too busy to do that. So I
Yeah.
basically told the teacher, may I please do this by myself because we both have very different schedules. So that day she ended up going the avatar route, which I am now using. I'm shamefully for that. I'm using the art of sword. I'm using Boruto. I'm going that route now. I
Yeah.
need it for
Yeah.
marketing. But I ended up doing it just, I had the popsicle sticks with the body parts that are related to the chakras, and I had them guess which chakra the body part went to. I had my tablet out with a keyboard so they can play it for kids that had different ability levels and just questions because everybody can answer it.
That's
But
super dope.
they picked one, they did it, and then I had them guess, and then I had them read what was around it, which at that time it was only the definition of spirituality. I had my health module on there, which is basically the inventory of basics, which is either, for us, we don't really have an option. It's either you earn it or you don't chase sickness, and just love.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, it's the bases, and we don't really get to the simple stuff too often.
Oh
So I
my
was
goodness.
for that. And so they reacted to it very well, and I got additional points. And I kind of took that, and then I worked for a camp, And then we had a meditation day, and I kind of brought that in a worksheet form to them. And the second and third graders reacted very well to that. And they all looked like me. They're all in my neighborhood. I was working at the school in my neighborhood through the community center, which is what I want to do anyway.
Oh, that's so
So I
awesome.
was just like super happy after that. And I was like, yep, I can't share this with anybody anymore. I have to make it
Man.
something for us.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that with the type of, and I call it a tribe, but our family, the type of tribe that you have that allowed, like you said, they allowed you to just go to some pillows and meditate. Do you think that really helps you to find your purpose and really define your passion? Because sometimes in our household, when we're special or unique, our parents kind of like, ah, nope, go this route. Did you face any of that?
Oh, very much so. This is why my book came about from college. I
Okay.
didn't even end up finishing college because there's not enough credits. We push to go that route, but we don't educate. We don't talk about how many
Ah,
jobs you have to have, how you're going to have to be independent, how you're going to have to now be prepared to live in a new state and get ready for that. So just kind of throwing all that aside, I will say it takes a village to raise a child, a human being, a prosperous adult in the world. So it's very important. And even my mom just started coming around, I will say, last year to all of this with tarot cards and just asking me subtle questions. So that's just kind of funny. My dad he doesn't really talk too much. I sent him the album. He's like, okay, well, not bad,
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah,
Jay's Eric Ross, but it works for him. So
yeah.
it was mostly my like aunts and my grandma, and they're just like, just let her be. Like she's not doing anything. Like you say, she's just being good. You know how they have a stigma. We're just being girls and we're attitudinal. Like okay, just leave her alone and let her process it if she's not going to talk. So I kind of feel like that helped,
Okay.
especially with
You
young
know what? I
kids.
never thought of it that way. That's another, definitely another avenue. If someone's watching right now, right, and they
Yeah.
feel, because like you said, there is a stigma, okay. But once you're really trying to tap into, like, especially your self-awareness and things like that, like, what would you suggest to people who have those struggles with the people they live with directly, where especially younger folks?
Um, to be honest, you know the people that you live with, you know your situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing you can honestly do in that moment is just be really patient, take deep breaths, find a place that is for you, even if it's outside. I found the woods that way. I love the
Okay.
woods because I would always just, okay, I'm gonna go explore. Bye. I don't want to be here. I don't
Yeah.
want to sit here. Find things that make you happy. It's doing that small thing or that one thing a day. Like I'll wake up and I'll be like, I'm not gonna grab my phone. I'll play my
Yeah.
album or just like the song I Am right now. This is why I love affirmations. Like Young
Yeah.
Babies, I've loved her for forever. Now she's been a producer. Now she has this hit song and it's about affirmations because just
Man.
even saying certain things to yourself and changing like how you speak is very powerful. It is very hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's just about being aware, checking yourself, not being too hard on yourself as
Ooh.
well. Because it's a lot of pressure from everywhere for just
That's a
everybody.
that's a good.
COVID. So
I was gonna ask you. Okay, so how did COVID affect you? Like, how were you able to? Because I know a lot of people struggled, you know, with being home more and not being able to. It didn't bother me, but did that affect you any?
Because I'm kind of a wanderlust person a little bit, I actually ended up staying in Chicago, which is not bad, but
Okay,
I've always just tried to be somewhere else just because it's why not explore now before I decide where I'm gonna honestly disappear to.
I love it. Love it. I love
So
it.
COVID, honestly, I would say it brought me closer with family. It taught me a lot more responsibility. It was like halfway through, I was just like, what if the world don't open up? We need to do something. I need to get it together. We need to get an
Man,
emergency plan. So
something.
I had I got to bond with my family halfway through, get some more responsibility, dealing with the hospitals as far as COVID and
Mm,
having family members that are in facilities where you can't see them and they've been there from emergency services. That's been kind of hard. And I've been growing a disdain more towards healthcare, even though it's
mm,
necessary.
yeah.
Even even with
You know,
myself, I sat in an emergency room for 12 hours during COVID. I'm sorry, but other than that, it hasn't. been terrible. I guess people are trying to be more clean, so I'm happy about that. They're trying to learn something. They're steaming. They're trying to get essential oils to get their scents back. I don't.
It's a I guess a gift and a curse. You know.
It's really bad. It's really good, man.
Oh my goodness. So
Like my friends who've caught COVID, they're like, "Hey, what essential oils were you putting in that thing?" Like,
I was gonna say, did you start to get like a lot of people like hitting you up like for advice, tips, recipes,
I got
suggestions?
like that.
Yeah,
That smug, you're right, but it's like, people will call you crazy, they'll call you quirky, they'll call you weird, but
yeah.
they know to come to you, and that is your power. Own that. Like, I just
I love it. Look, I was listening to your album earlier today. I was doing because I meditate and stuff. Like I'm heavy on that. Sa Guru is one of my favorites. So I was watching the live stream today, like everything that's going on. And so like I was meditating, I listened, and I was like, yo, this is like really dope. And I already been like on your site, on your page and stuff. And I was like, man, this young lady right here you just like got you a jack of all trades, and it really really seems like you have your vision of what you want to do and you execute it. Now tell me this, with you working like, because we all fleet too, you know what I'm saying? So with you working with DJ Malone and stuff like that, are you able to implement this part of your lifestyle with what you do with the radio?
actually, yes, DJ Malone, even Fleet, even though I'm not a part of it, but I represent it. I'll be
Hey man,
hashtagging.
you fam.
Okay. I feel like help me grow, help me understand how an organization is supposed to be, teamwork, how ownership is supposed to be, even stability within your workplace. Because being in radio since 2016, that working with Chi-Town Urban Radio and DJ Malone has been the most stable thing for me. I've grown as a person. I've owned more things. I've learned more things. I've watched him do things. So that's more inspiring as well, because it's just like, okay, I watched just the progress from now, but then I've also Googled him, did his backstory. I've Googled Fleet. I've been on the website. I've clicked through you all. I've clicked, I see the birthdays. Like,
Right.
because I'm aware, it all helps me. And how do I integrate it? To be honest, just give me the day that I ask for off if I'm working for you. If you can't do that, then we can't
That's a
compromise on a lot, because I'm gonna come and work for you, but you have to work with me.
I love that. I love that. I think that because
Hard,
that's really being aware of, making sure that you can operate at your peak performance every time. And I don't think that people really recognize that piece of it.
but kind of not really. It just comes with slowing down. Like, if you, like, for instance, during COVID, I had to walk away from a job because you're not going to tell me about COVID. It's been mold in this store. You're not going to tell me about COVID, and we don't even have tissue in the employee bathroom. Like, we're not going kind of like back and forth about certain things. So
Yeah.
I don't.
Man, I love it. So tell me this, like how long, because I want to know how long did it take you to put all these tracks together and mix it? Like how was that process?
Oh, this is where I would shout out my producer. I had a really hard time creating my book, just as far as getting a graphic designer to create the first page with the examples of what is on everyone, just even
Mhm.
that, or creating my actual book for me, to the point where I ended up doing it. So for my album, that came, like, I'll say 2-ish years later. I had an artist development book, and I felt like a hypocrite kind of, because I've never put out music, so I can't advise you on how to do that. So with my album, I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? So after trying to talk to a bunch of like experienced producers that are like kind of hyped and just know what they know, I just was like, let's find a base level producer. And I ended up finding, his name is Vicious Bond.
Okay.
And I was just like, hey, can I send you my book? Like, do you know about the chakras? Like, I kind of just like watched his profile for a bit, seen like what he knew already. And he did karate and things like that. So I
Oh
kind
yeah.
of just put that relation in there. And so
Mhm.
after I sent him my book, and I was like, I'm trying to create something. And then I sent him like some examples off of my playlist, as far as like meditating and like, this is what I listen to on SoundCloud. And then he was like, okay, I'm going to try something. And then I'll
That's
say it didn't take him long at all. I'll say
That's
maybe
dope.
2 weeks. And I was so grateful. I was
The
kind
whole
of
project in 2 weeks.
shocked. Yes, because it's think about it. It's 7 songs,
That's true.
15 minutes. It's no lyrics.
That's true. That's true.
It's
That's that. You
creating
got a
from
point with that.
frequencies and instruments.
Yeah. Now,
So
did you have to like how involved with were you with the process, or you just kind of let him just do his thing, like you let him flow?
after I sent him my book, we had maybe like, I'll say 2 conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Let him flow because I am a control freak. So that's why I say I was so grateful for him. It just turned out great. I'm learning to let go
That's
with this
awesome.
process. I'm learning how to delegate. So I let him have it
That's
because
awesome.
the drives are so crazy.
Man. So like when you look back at what you've done thus far, what else do you want to add to? Because you have done a lot of great things in a short amount of time. I just want to tell you that, if nobody else tells you that, because like you know what I mean, you're really just starting out, you know what I mean? And you got a good vision. Like what's the grand scheme of things? Like what's your big huge goal that you want to hit?
My big end goal is just like I said, a community center. But
Mm,
I have to decide what community is going to be in my. I want a traveling one, of course. So you can just like come hop on the van. What do you need? Any service? Let's talk about
nice.
it. And then
Nice.
I want a base location just so you can have everything there, basically every service I offer. Because if you see my business page on Instagram, my mom coupons. So at any given moment, if you want a care package, I'm just sending you to Paula. Like, okay, what do you want? I can do
Yeah.
your hair. You need a manicure, pedicure. She could braid it real tight for you. Like, you need a
Yeah.
personal shopper. Like, it all
That's so dope.
it it kind of it all it's gonna all delegate out and work together, even with my friends and their degrees and certificate. And then my ultimate end goal, besides the I would say the community center, I I don't know. I'm gonna tell you guys this. This is a secret. I'm scared because I don't know what to do as far as in media.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't. I'm
I
kind
think
of.
that's natural. Like I think that's okay too.
I literally just created my artist resume and added like the pages to my website this year. And I was just like, oh, okay. And then I got an opportunity I was super excited for, and I missed it because it was only a 10-minute window and I was in the car.
Ah,
So I was just like, I don't know. But then I kind of looked back and I was like, when you have a good workplace, which I greatly appreciate for such a long period of time, and it might shift for a period of time or things are going to be different. It's uncertainty,
yeah,
but you do
yeah.
know how you want to be treated and what you like. So if anything, I do want to stay consistent as far as in music, either promoting myself or helping artists meet amazing DJs like everybody in the fleet, because
Awesome.
they don't know about Fleet and Y'all Power, but I know. So
Man, Fleek
helping
is
connect
heavy.
them and promote them. So
Yeah. I
even
love it. I
even
love
if
it.
it's that,
I'm
that's it.
excited. I'm excited to see what else like comes about on your journey. This is awesome. So let's do this. Let's tell everybody where to find you, all your social media, website, run it down to them.
Okay, so if you all want to check out Chi-Town Urban Radio, that is Chi-Town Urban Radio on website, Instagram. It's no Twitter, but it's a hashtag. Facebook, my personal music page. If you want to connect with me, you want to get promo or have any questions as far related to music, is DMP Shayla Marie. But my website for everything else, where you can Google me, you can find my reviews, you can find my website, my Pinterest, is Unoriginalfeen, which it should be in my Zoom box, but it is spelled UNORIGINALFEEN.com. And if you get there, you can scroll to the bottom, and all my social media links are below. And if you want to see what people think of me, you could Google Unoriginal Thing Collections and just read my reviews.
Man, look, I'm so happy. I just want to tell you thank you for stopping by. Thank you for gracing us with the information that you gave us. Thank you for pushing and doing what you're doing, because it's necessary, especially in our community.
I'm
Um,
trying. I came from church, so I will say that it started off with church, and then you go to school, then you're like, oh, okay. But I appreciate you for having me, because I know when you're like, okay, it's a chakra album. How am I
I was
gonna
down.
Yeah.
I was down. Don't listen. I'm with it. It's on my Spotify, just so you know. So I'm just being real. You right. What you speak is something I support, and I want to continue that. I want everybody that's watching to make sure you follow. Go to all the links, all the social, and when you drop another book, another album, or whatever you're doing, make sure you stop by Meet the Plug. Okay.
I definitely will. And
And
thank
later.
you for having me.
I appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Shayla Marie, Unoriginalfeen. Visit the website and get the book, man. It's out right now. Album out right now. It's for your life.
Wait.
And shout out to Urban Man, Chi-Town Urban Radio.
Sweet right there first.
Shout out to Fleet. Shout out to DJ Malone. Got to shout out DJ Spins and big shout out to
thank you.
Man, you already know. Shayla
I trusted him too, and he's coming through. I'm so grateful. I just want to say I'm just grateful. When you let go and you have a good plan, it works.
Look how the universe working for you, man. Congratulations once again. Thank you for stopping by. Y'all go pick the album up, get the book. Support. Shayla Marie, Unoriginalfeen. Meet the Plug. We out.